the items you're going to require for the Stone Art Fox are an empty wine bottle. I tend to use a fizz bottle because it's usually a bit heavier. Then you're going to need some masking tape, some tin foil. You're going to need 3 satay sticks or a thin dowel that you've sharpened to a point at the top. You're going to need a couple of wires. I use some cake decorating wires because they're paper covered, and the Powertex takes better to them. And also I used to run a cake decorating company, so that's the sort of thing I have available. But any reasonably thick wire would do. And then you're going to need a couple of polystyrene ovals, like you would buy at Easter for decorating. And I think these ones are about 70 centimetres by 50. And then you want one that's about 40 centimetres by 30. Then you will need some texturing tools. So this is just to give the fur a bit of an interest. These happen also to be, one's a papercraft embossing folder and one is a cake decorating one, which is quite flexible actually. And again, that comes from the days when I used to be a cake decorator. Then you will possibly need, well, I like to have anyway, I've got a little resin fox here, and it just gives me an idea of some of the proportions and some of the sort of side views that the photographs can't give you. But I do tend to download several photographs to give me a rough idea of how I'm going to create the creature. You will also need 250 grams of ivory stone art made up, ivory clay made up, and 500 grams of terracotta stone art clay made up. I personally will mix terracotta Powertex, a little bit of red Powertex and a little bit of yellow ochre Powertex to create my stone art clay, but it's not absolutely necessary. You could just use the terracotta. Then obviously you're going to need a little bit of extra Powertex liquid for sticking, and then I will show you how to put everything together and create the armature basically. So I will come back to you in just a moment. Thank you for listening. Sorry, I forgot to add, you will also need a baseboard about 9 inches by 9 inches and a couple of beads for his eyes. Just make sure that when you fit the eyes that the holes in the bead go either end of his eyes and not obviously in the middle. Okay, so I'll come back to you in the next part of the video to create the armature. Thank you.